And on this very topic, President Obama taking to the podium on Friday to outline his strategy for handling Putin and the crisis in Ukraine.
I made clear to President Putin that our preferred path is to resolve this diplomatically. But that means that he and the Russian government have to make a strategic decision. Are they going to continue to support violent separatists whose intent is to undermine the government of Ukraine, or are they prepared to work with the government of Ukraine?
By words and by action, what should President Obama do now? Our next guest says he could learn from former presidents in their handling of Russia and the USSR. Here to weigh in, Chairman of American Defense International Incorporated, Van Hipp. Good morning, Van.
Peter, good to be with you.
There seems to be a disconnect with this president, and a lot of people are saying, where was the passion? Where was the outrage the other day? Let's look at a few past presidents and talk about how they've reacted to the USSR and to Russia. Let's talk about Ronald Reagan first, Van.
Well, Reagan understood the Soviet Union for what it was, an evil empire, and he set in motion a course of events that led to the disintegration of the Soviet Union. And why did we win the Cold War? We won the Cold War, and the Soviet Union disintegrated, Peter, because we were strong.
Well, Van, let's look at him commenting on the Korean airline massacre and talk about strength in that regard.
I'm coming before you tonight about the Korean airline massacre, the attack by the Soviet Union against 269 innocent men, women, and children. There was absolutely no justification, either legal or moral, for what the Soviets did.
There was a president, Peter, with an inner moral compass. Like I said, he knew the Soviet Union for what it was. And let's make no mistake about this. Vladimir Putin is cut out of the same cloth as Nikita Khrushchev. These guys are thugs, and the only thing they understand and respect is strength. And unfortunately, Peter, we've been sending all the wrong signals lately. And when you announce that you're going to cut the United States Army to pre-World War II levels, when you announce that you're not going to fully implement missile defense for Eastern Europe, when you have $1 trillion in defense cuts over the next 10 years, when you do all those kinds of things, it sends the wrong kind of message to a thug and an ex-KGB agent like Vladimir Putin. And then we're surprised that he goes into Crimea. I'm not surprised. Those are the wrong kinds of messages and signals to send.
And
what
Van,
America needs.
In terms of messaging, Van, there was one president, another president, who was direct, and he showed his inner moral compass. Watch JFK with me during the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis, and then comment on that, how that's a lesson for President Obama.
I call upon Chairman Khrushchev to halt and eliminate this clandestine, reckless, and provocative threat to world peace and to stable relations between our two nations.
There was a president with a vision and a president with a foreign policy, and a president who kept America strong. Peter, today we don't have a foreign policy.
And with regard to the SALT Treaty, with regard to nuclear weapons, with regard to the stewardship of Richard Nixon, let's watch him talking about respect for the United States, something that we apparently didn't hear on Friday from President Obama in response to the Ukraine shootdown. President Nixon.
When respect for the United States of America falls so low that a fourth-rate military power like North Korea will seize an American naval vessel in the high seas, it's time for new leadership to restore respect for the United States of America.
Van, how important is it for a president to send the signal for the need for respect for our country, for our people, and for the sovereign nations of the world? Will that help restore our power in the world?
It's so important, and it's so important for a commander-in-chief to do just that. What America needs, Peter, and what the free world needs today is another Kennedy, Nixon, or Reagan on the world stage who will stand up to the bear in the woods and outfox the old KGB agent. We need a president to get on Air Force One and go to Budapest and Warsaw and Prague and tell the people there that we will stand with Eastern Europe, that we're going to reverse the decision to gut the United States Army to pre-World War II levels, and that we are going to fully implement missile defense for Eastern Europe. That'll get Putin's attention. And you know what? It'll also send the right signal to our NATO allies.
Van Hipp, thank you for speaking so articulately, eloquently, and in a straightforward way about respect and strength in our presidency. We'll see you real soon with some more wisdom. Van Hipp,
Good to
thanks
be
for
with you.
being here.